Alright, let's do a different technique. I actually removed the eraser part, so just to try this out. And 3, 2, 1. It was so close. It was so goddamn close. No. So I think this is totally a failed attempt at making a Spider-Man. Okay, I stuck all those pieces together, and now it's all a matter of time before we find out if it actually fires. So I haven't, to be honest, tested it out, so I really hope at least one of these extra webs get fired along with our main one. So all these are stuck together by a single piece of thread, which is gonna be fired. Oh my god, did you see that? That's, oh my, is it in camera? Whoa, that actually genuinely worked. I really didn't think it would fire. He shot out every 5. What? That's so weird. He shot out all 5 of them. Okay, just a second. Okay, they're right here. Hey guys, this is me at the back on a science street, and today I'm going to be attempting to make a Spider-Man web shooter. So I've called this an attempt because I have already made one and it's a very simple structure, but this time I'm going to be aiming for something higher, something more ambitious kind of project. So yeah, I'm not quite sure if this is going to work out, but I'm going to give it my best, and I do have a plan in mind which hopefully executes perfectly, but if it doesn't, it's still gonna work. I'm sure about that one. So yeah, we're gonna start off with just one red A4 paper, and we also need a bit of cardboard, and yeah, there's it. My scissor, my tape, and some more drawing items. So, and yeah, but we need the thread as well and a rubber band. So we have these items ready. So let's start with, alright, forgot about this one. Let's bring out our white A4 as well. So I think we're gonna start off with a white A4, or should we start with this? Let's start with our red A4. So we need, first of all, we need is a band, a wristband for our wrist. So for that I'm gonna be doing this. We're gonna start with the basic, easier stuff and move on to the harder stuff. So there's that. Now it doesn't necessarily need to be too epic, but still I'm gonna do some designs, why not, right? So is it even writing? Alright, I'm just trying to make some webs. Hopefully this is how you make webs. I don't really know. I haven't practiced making webs. Okay, so my plan for today's craft is gonna be making a web shooter that shoots a single web, but the web turns into like tons of webs. I don't know if you understand what I mean, but it's pretty cool in my head, so I'm hopefully gonna be able to execute it properly. Alright. Yeah, there it is. So that's our first step done, looking pretty nice. It's a white Spider-Man web kind of thingy, and we're gonna have to put down this in such a way that it sticks to our hands. So I'm quickly gonna take a piece of tape and then mark down the area where it actually is supposed to stick. Okay, there it is. There's the piece of tape that I put. That's the size of my wrist. Now I'm gonna put a ton of tape around that area, like that. And by the way guys, what do you think of this camera angle? It takes a lot of time to make this stand so I can put my tablet and show the camera in this way. I'm planning on doing all my videos like this. So this is what I've made currently. It's called, I haven't seen anyone make this, it's my own design. It's a wristband that you can actually tape to your hand like that, and then it can be as tight as you want. So if you don't want it, you can just pull up the tape, and there it is. So that's not a necessarily important part of the step, but I wanted to start with the easiest step and move on to the more difficult one. So I'm just going to put that there so the tape doesn't interfere. Now we're going to make the real web shooter in the center area. So let's start with another red A4, and before that let's use a bit of a cardboard. And stick it there. Yeah. Let's do this. Might as well add some more design on this one as well. It's a black web, I don't know anyone wants that. I think that works. Actually, nah, I don't really like the black wave. Let's just put it the other side. Alright, once that's done, we're gonna stick it in our main wristband itself. Okay, yeah, that is exactly what I was looking for. Now the next step is, let's make a kind of a cylinder, a rod-like structure. This is going to be similar to the one that I did in my previous Spider-Man web shooter video, but this time we're going to make the cylinder a bit more broader, a bit more with a larger diameter, about that much. Alright, I think a bit more smaller than that. Okay, actually that's too big. Yeah, that should do. This is exactly what I wanted. Once you have a cylinder ready, well, all you need to do is, let's grab a piece of white A4. Okay. Yes, this is it. So you just want to fold it in half like that to make it more sturdier, and then roll it just about how you roll an ordinary piece of paper. And it should fit through there, yes. So I'm probably gonna reinforce this with some more white paper around it just to make it more stronger. But since I don't have the time to do that, I'm just gonna use let's use this thing. To make it more stronger. Okay, so that should make sure that it doesn't break in half when we throw it. It's gonna have this big red rubber band, so it's probably gonna fling like very strongly and it might break. the tube if it doesn't have something in the middle. Okay, so that's good. That's good. There's a tiny problem. Actually, there isn't any problem. This is all good. So the next step we're gonna be doing is let's add the rubber band first before we move on to the more scientific part of the video, because there's gonna be something more complicated. We're just gonna start with the easier bit and move on to the difficult one later on. So I want my rubber band to stick together like this. So it's like a catapult. Is it catapult? I don't know. The thing where you swing these stones. Okay. There's a catapult structure right there. It's tight. It's very tight. So the next step is gonna be putting the rubber bands on the main cylinder itself. I'm going to be doing that by passing the tape through one of each rubber band sides like this. So like that, and then the remaining two rubber band pieces as well, I'm going to do the same. Okay, that should make sure it's strong enough. Now if we were to pass our actual ammo in there, it should, yeah, it works. This one's actually kind of broken. Just a second to fix this. Alright, there it is. So those two rubber bands are together. I just want to say string, this is rubber band. I can't tell my brain that this is actually rubber band. Okay, now that's done. So the next step would be to join this there, but before we do that, let's take one more piece of cardboard paper, and then now we're gonna move on to the scientific bit which I was talking about. It's not really that scientific, but it's more complicated than the last one. So we're gonna add like the thing that we push with our index and the middle finger down to make sure the web throws itself. To do so, we go add up this thing in there. I just got this idea a few days back, so I wanted to try it as well. So you need to make sure that it's able to bend downwards like that, so you can like push it. But that's not the problem right now. The real problem comes now. You need to make like a pyramid kind of thing. It's not really a pyramid, it's more of a two triangle cube kind of thing. So by that I mean something along the lines of this. So my plan here is to stop the bullet from firing like that using our mechanism right here, and then when we push it downwards it fires. So that's actually a really decent idea, I thought, and I hope that's not a bad idea. Okay, so that was not large enough. I need a bit more larger piece. Okie dokie, that's looking good. Yeah, so let's see, how far do we need it? We need it about this far, I think. So this far is the correct length. Now this is basically done, but I'm gonna add one more twist from my side. The twist includes shooting multiple webs. Okay, so once that part is done, I think we can stick this in there. Right towards the edge. You can make sure it doesn't fall off by the weight of the rubber band by putting tapes along the edges like that. And since this ammunition is actually pretty small, since we are gonna need to add something in there, it's not gonna fire properly. But if we were to use something bigger than this, which includes something like this, I bet it should fire. Okay, just a second, I need to pull it backwards. And then there it is. So it's not firing right now, but if I were to let go, like suddenly let go, I think it would fire. Let's do our first test right here. I'm too impatient to wait. Okay, test one. Nah, something's not working correctly. This happened in my first video as well. I don't know, the rubber bands don't really like to cooperate with me properly. So if it were to let go suddenly, the video is taking too long, 16 minutes. Alright, that's that. And then we suddenly, okay, never mind. So we're gonna need a different technique. We're gonna move on with it. I think you guys can improve on that as well. Now the next step I was thinking of doing is, it will probably work out once we add this completely in there. The next step is adding a bunch of more tiny webs. So I'm going to turn these 4 pieces into tiny cylinders and then I'll quickly be back. Alright, so it's been quite a while. I fiddled around with the designs and it still didn't seem to work. So now that's a huge disappointment, but I did find a way to break the system and I have one more idea which I do have planned. So here's our ordinary web thing that we tried to shoot, and I made 2 holes on either side so it can probably properly latch onto the rubber band, and I also made the rubber band a bit more tighter. So yeah, with that modification it should do the trick. And I added a eraser because I was too lazy to make something that big. So yeah, either way that eraser was not that very good. So when I tried this out, it actually shot very far. But the problem was we had to shoot it like this, so I wasn't able to make it go away like that, but I had to do something like this. So yeah, we're gonna have to deal with that later on. And these tiny things with the red and black color are gonna be the multi-webs that I was talking about. I'll put like tons of these, and then when this thing flies off, it will pull these out with it and probably fly like a web hopefully it doesn't prevent it from flying too far. So that's what we're gonna be doing real quick. I'll quickly add these there. So in total we will have a total of 5 webs coming from our shooter in one shot. That's pretty sick. I really hope this actually fires. I haven't seen anyone do this. The probable reason is because it's too hard to make. I'm not an engineer, I'm just a tiny kid who likes to do paper crafts, but I do have a lot of experience with papers. So it's just up to luck, I think, right now. It's pretty difficult. Okay, we're going to attach our big boy again in there. Should we do this direction? Okay, let's do this direction. And about this one, we're not going to be using this, it's too small. And this one's pretty sturdy as it is, so... Alright, this was very tiring, but it was very fun. I had to it's been a long time since I had to use my brain so much, so yeah, it was kind of fun. Okay, if this fires, we are gonna add strings to each one of these 5 and attach it to the center one, so all of them get pulled together. So hopefully this works. Let's put it in there. And then there's that, and then... Oh, great. It actually fired, but there's still a tiny problem. Alright, there it is. So we won't be able to fire normally, by which I mean we can't do this. We will have to somehow push it downwards like that. But I think we can deal with that while we're firing. So I think this works. Yeah, that actually fired, so it's not a bad thing. It's probably not gonna fire too far, so how are we gonna do this? This one's gonna be complicated, isn't it? Let's see. Okay, this is more difficult to think how I'm gonna manage and stick all these 5 together, but let's do this. I'll take one of these, stick a... Okay, I stuck all those pieces together, and now it's all a matter of time before we find out if it actually fires. So I haven't, to be honest, tested it out. Take another one. So I really hope at least one of these extra webs get fired along with our main one. So all these are stuck together by a single piece of thread, which is going to be fired. Oh my god, did you see that? That's, oh my, is it in camera? Whoa, that actually genuinely worked. I really didn't think it would fire. He shot out every 5... What? That's so weird. He shot out all 5 of them. Okay, just a second. Okay, they're right here. That's sick. I'm thoroughly impressed. I was like hoping it would fire, but I didn't think it would fire because... Woo, that's actually very fun. So, the project for today was success. It was kind of complicated. If you don't want to fire all 4 of them, you can still just try my previous tutorial. It's pretty simple. I'll probably not link it in the description because it's too cringy as well. So you can use this for making just one that fires only 1 web. It's doable. I don't know if that made sense, but alright. So that's a win from my side. It actually fired. Oh my god, okay. So let's do one more test, but this time let's wear it out. And this is going to be complicated. It's going to be hard to put it on. Okay, I put the tape out. Then I slowly put it on. How do I put it on? Just a second, guys. This is so complicated. It's even complicated to put it on. My god. Okay. There it is. There's our web shooter. And let's hope it fires. No, it didn't fire. Okay, I knew that it would take some time. 3, 2, 1. Oh, my finger blocked it. I think I'm gonna do some more fiddle around, and after a few while I think I'll record another video and edit it out along with this video, because this is gonna take a long while. I need to make sure okay, it's still not firing. Whew. Sheesh. Alright, so I did a couple of modifications once more, and this is where I've reached. This is probably the worst fail on my entire channel. This project failed miserably, so I changed these aside, and I'm going to be using both the rubber band to increase the strength, and it seems that's putting a lot of pressure on my tape. So yeah, I tried putting it there, but I didn't think it through, because those are gonna go back there, and if I push it backwards, it's not gonna fly out. So in entirety, this project was a total fail. I spent an hour and a half trying to fix it once more, but yeah, that's all I can do right now. But if I were to give it a little bit of a push, kinda, I think it would fire. Nah, I don't think it would fire that way either. So we have that, and then, well, that was a horrible video. I'm really sorry, I probably disappointed most of you, but that was my attempt at making a Spider-Man web shooter, and I think I could have done better. I can probably do better if I get another one more try, but I'm too lazy for now, and I think I'm going to let you guys try your own, and send me the link in the comments if you managed to make one better than mine. Obviously you did, because this is literally the worst thing I've created on my channel. I thought it would work so perfectly, but yeah, you know, so a channel's always gonna have like a downside, something that doesn't work out correctly. So this was probably the one. Hopefully all my other projects go smoothly as the rest that had been going smoothly. So I might give it another try someday in the future, because this project is really aggravating. So I want to defeat this challenge, and if I could defeat it, I'd be so happy. So for sure I'm going to do one in the future as well. But if you manage to make one that actually works, and that's something similar to a Spider-Man web shooter, then do let me know. I'll make sure to check it out. Probably a shout out as well. I don't think that's gonna help you in any way, but you deserve a total shout out if you manage to do something better. So let's take this as an opportunity to improve in the future. That's about it for today. I'm really sorry for this random thing I made, and yeah, thank you very much. See you in the next one.